Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Today we'll be talking about tips and tricks and things that you should know in Rainbow Six Siege because they are gonna either make or break some moments in rounds. So the first topic is going to be about sound propagation. What I mean by this is how glass actually plays a very big factor in Rainbow Six Siege, most notably on windows. We have a barricade layer followed by a glass layer on the exterior of the window itself, so on the outside, right? How can attackers and defenders utilize this? Well, what attackers can do is shoot two bullets. One to break a very small portion of the glass partially, and then through that bullet hole in the glass, you shoot another bullet through the barricade actually, breaking it off for a small partial line of sight. This is almost completely silent if you have suppressor on your weapon, by the way. As a defender, you can punch the barricade from an angle or from a far enough distance and also silently break the barricade so you can see outside and enemies can see in. But because you don't shatter the glass, sound doesn't really propagate from outside and in and inside and out. This means that people can only really hear it from your side of the window, which means you can get a sneaky kill onto people that have no idea what's going on around them. The counter to this, of course, is on defense. Shoot the window glass, it takes 5 bullets, and on the attack, do the same thing. Shoot the glass so they can't get silently punched or shot by your opponent. Next up, we got a very hot topic right now in terms of operator bans. We got a heart breachers, okay? You might have seen this if you watch Pro League, or maybe you've seen some YouTube videos as well. There's this new thing called Hibana tricking. It's been in the game for a very long time, but with Ace and Thermite getting banned so commonly now, it's seeing a resurface of high relevance. What you gotta do here is take 4 Excalibur pellets and find about the middle of the wall for reinforcement. Then at the middle bottom and middle top, you're gonna shoot 4 Excaliburs, so 8 total, and by breaching the wall correctly, it's a little bit tricky with the pixel lineup, you'll create a soft wall similar to Maverick that can then be opened up with a breaching charge, a shotgun, or a secondary gadget like a buck, a sledge, or a florist. This is a new way to play Hibana if you want to get a bigger breach open, and it's much more efficient with cost ratio to how many Excaliburs you're using versus how big the breach is gonna be. And then we're just gonna keep going. Ace tricking as well, similar story, right? If you're up against the Kaid on a hatch and there's soft floor around you, like on Clubhouse Kitchen, that's a very popular one, you can actually toss the Selma charges down next to the hatch, and because they expand outwards, area effect explosion will still hit the hatch and therefore open it up. Now this is counterable by impact tricking. They can also be shot to the floor, but if no active defenders are playing downstairs below the hatch, this will work. Or you can just watch the angles if you open up the floor first. Tons of options for you. This also works on walls, by the way. There aren't that many soft walls in the game, or soft floor next to reinforced walls, but there is some, for example, on 90 laps. I actually got this clip in the tier 2 competition at R6 Combine Finals in Germany, up against tier 1 and tier 2 players. Enemy was bandit tricking the wall, I tossed down the Selma, and I actually managed to kill the bandit on the pillar position and really open up the round for our team. So it has some small niche cases. While you're defending in a ranked or casual match, what you can actually do is with the last couple of seconds left of prep phase, hop onto the cameras and go to the very last ones in the order. These are going to be the exterior outside default cams. When you're watching them, you can then see which one gets shot very quickly and in what order. And this can actually give you a very good indication of where the attack will be coming from. For example, on Cafe, if the back alley camera is still up, that means no one's going to be going in bottom white and no one's going to go and cut to repel for a good while. What you can also do here is take the inside bakery camera. If you don't hear anybody punching the windows or doors downstairs in bakery, you can then say, guys, it's going to be a top-down roam clear or a top-down attack because no one's entering that bottom floor. Now you know before the round has even really begun what attack they're going to be going for. Now they can change on the fly, but this gives you a good baseline idea of what they're going to be doing. This is highly effective for maps like Oregon, for example, where you have junkyard spawn, main door spawn, and construction spawn very far apart. If they never shoot the construction camera in the first like 10 seconds, they're not going to be going there, right? That means they're going to be lobby and junkyard spawn. So this is applicable to all maps. Team colors. Now this is kind of a new feature in the accessibility option settings in the game. If you've seen any of my videos or streams before, you might notice that I am playing with a red color as my team and blue as the opponent team. The reason for that is that a lot of maps in Siege, they use a primarily brown and red color palette for like the walls and the floor, etc. A lot of gray, a lot of brown, a lot of red. Red is more difficult to see, and I find in my experience with the outside lighting, when claymores are put by like a door for a run out, I can almost never see the red laser. And the blue one, I see much easier. So I've stripped the colors, swap them, switch them, whatever, and now enemies are blue, my team is red, because it's more worrying or more important that I see the enemy's gadget than my own teammates' ones, right? This worked really well for seeing utility, for seeing claymores, and you want either of those annoying ones like on Cafe Red Stairs. Now, drones are important. And have you ever played a game of Villa and been like, you know what, I really want to get to the master bedroom balcony, maybe go into the drone hole and just hide a drone somewhere in Astro top floor with a lower chance of dying? Well, this drone spot will actually get you to that balcony in prep phase in like 3 spacebar jumps basically. Hop on the tree, hop on the second thingy-majig, hop on the third, and go on the balcony. That's it. Now you got a drone on the balcony that can go in the building, avoid the staircases, avoid getting risky in the building, and find a defender and die. Very, very high value, and one of those small things you can use to speed up the roam clear or bomb site attack on Villa. Now, the shield meta has been ongoing for some time now, and I see a lot of people making the same mistake, even in professional play actually, and it's a very small one. If you are leaning and throwing a smoke grenade, for example, you're actually exposing so much more of your body and your face, most notably, when you're throwing from a lean position. Instead, go neutral in a regular unlean state, and then throw something. Now, on the current test server for the Nauri, the new season, etc., they are nerfing this slightly. Even if you're neutral and throwing, you will expose your arm. But rather get shot in the arm, taking 20 damage, and exposing your face and dying to a one-tap, right? So don't lean and throw things as a shield. This counts for Blackbeard, Fuse, Blitz, and Monty. Of course, doesn't work for Clash, not a real shield operator, right? Don't do it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I kind of went over a lot of different kind of categories like drones, operators, etc. If there are any specific tips in the videos or tricks that you guys want to learn about, comment them down below. We can get more specific with it. This was just a cover of everything. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all soon. Bye.